Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is Sunday, the 14th of August, 2011. And it is time for options, expiration, manipulation. The typical BS that goes on each and every third week of each and every month while they have options expirations on the monthlies. They manipulate the stock. Specifically the SPY, but all of them, the NASDAQ and the Russell and every one of them, they're all manipulated up and down to pin it where it benefits the market makers the most, where they pay out the least amount of money to the put holders and the call holders. So the question is, at this point, where are they going to pin it? I really couldn't answer that. I really don't know if next week is going to be something where there's just too many puts in the market or too many calls in the market. I really don't know. But after going through last week and seeing the 500-point swings up and down in the market, down, up, insane. I mean, that's never been done before in the history of the stock market. You've never had wild swings to this degree. So this is something that is totally unchartable. It is truly unchartable. Having these wild swings, looking at this and then going back and looking at these little wild swings. These were big swings, and you know, this was big moves, but they were nothing compared to this. This is insane. This is just truly insane. So trying to predict where the market's going to go next week is going to be a tough one. But my thoughts are quite simply that we are still not finished. We still need a wave 5 down. I'm still sticking with that. And it's not that I'm an Elliottwave person or follow Elliottwave, anything like that. But right now we're looking at 4 waves. And it just doesn't seem complete with 4 waves. It doesn't seem like this is the bottom. It seems like there should have one more leg down before that happens. And there's multiple reasons for that, but positive divergence is one. We have no positive divergence here. We are moving up, putting in lower bars, lower bars, lower bars. And it is true we could go up here and possibly put in a move like this. Go up here maybe to 0, then come back down. Let me see if I can't turn on this tablet thing here that I don't use very often, but kind of give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Tablet. Oops. Tablet software. There it is. Pen signer. Okay. So, we go here. And let's see here. Okay, so. Alright. Forget that. Let's go clear that. Okay, pin. Again, so what, you know, are we going to have a move like this and then a move like this? Hey, I'm getting pretty decent at this, ain't I? A move like this and then start and have, you know, the move down like this to create a positive divergence to where it goes like this and it's a positive divergence. Now, when it hits this, the actual market should have went up to some level, who knows where, and then back down to a lower low in a 5th wave, with this move here from here to here being wave 4 and this one here being wave 5, and then of course the entire move from the very top here, not shown, all the way down to here would be a major wave 1. Okay, then we can do some type of A and some type of B and C move up called A, B, C, and we'll call this whole thing a major wave 2. Okay, and that is a major wave. And these terminologies, all the Elliottwave people call them different things, whatever you want to call them. For simplicity, that's what I'm calling them. And inside here, this one obviously is wave 3 down, this big large one that we hit. But it's a minor wave. It is a minor wave. So is 4, So it's 4 minor and 5 minor, okay? So the question is, a lot of people are thinking that we've already completed the move down and we are starting up in major wave 2. And they're thinking we're going to go anywhere between about 1260, some are calling, other people are calling 1300. So somewhere in here, then we're going to start the wave 3 down. I disagree. I don't believe that that is the case. And we clear all that. I don't believe that's the case. That, to me, this move down that we've had should put in more of a negative divergence. Let me see here. Oops, I didn't really mean to do that. Let me see what I did here. Didn't mean to do that, sorry. Getting used to this pen thing is a pain in the butt sometimes. Okay, let's go back here and click on it. And down here again. Okay, so I'm thinking that what we're going to do here is actually come down here and put in some bars that are a little bit lower like this, but still lower than that, and then start to work your way back up, if you see what I'm saying. And then basically put in not a very good chartist, but basically put in 2 lower humps here, but not get up to that 0 line. That would imply that Monday or Tuesday we'll go up small and maybe get to 1200, I don't know, and then turn right back down very quickly for a wave 5. And I think that we're going to go down here to 1077 on the ES because we've had an intraday low it's an after hours low. I'm sorry, at 10 p.m. or something. We had a low of 1077 on the ES. I forget which day. It's one of these days. I forget. I wrote it on the blog or on the new post. So that's my thinking, and then we're going to go up. So I know that most people are expecting this bottoming tail here on the weekly, and yes, it's very strong looking bottoming tail, that we're going to have, you know, a big up week, and normally we would. You know, if you go back and look at all the previous times, we've had incidents like that where bottoming tails just produce just that. If you go back and look, here's a nice bottoming tail on the flash crash, and of course we went up and had a positive week after that. And then on the one over here, we've got a bottoming tail here, and we did go up here as well, had a positive week after that. But looking here at this area here, I don't really see any. This was a bottoming tail, but it closed positive, and then we went up a little bit. So and here's one that fooled you, a bottoming tail, and then the next week closed down. So, you know, we don't know for sure one way or another. This is no guarantee that it is over with and we're going to go back up. I don't know for sure if we're going to close positive or not next week. And the reason is my main thinking is a lack of money. No POMO money in the market, and all you've got is short sellers that are getting squeezed. And when that money runs out, what's going to hold this market up? There's still no positive divergence on this. You can draw a line right here. You can clearly see this one, it's still going down. It's still going down here on the weekly, still going down here. There's no signs of it turning up. Anywhere you go, I do not believe that we are done selling. And I think that we're going to go up maybe a little bit on Monday, but I think it's going to turn and roll over. And that this will put in a positive divergence with the lower histogram towers. Not go all the way up to 0 and then come back down. I don't see it that way. You know, I could be wrong on it, but I just don't see it that way. And you look at it on the 60-minute chart, and you would you could say that this could dip down a little bit, then curl back up and go way up here to positive 10 or positive 20. As you can see here, positive 10. It could easily go up there. I mean, it went to negative 30, and you'd say, okay, well, the daily supporting it and everything, but who's to say it doesn't roll back over here? I mean, when you see the weekly and the monthly pushing down so hard, The 60 is going to have a tougher time getting up there into extremely high levels with the 10 and 20, the numbers here, 10 and 20, to get up that high. It's going to be tough to get up that high with it pushing down. And we are still hitting this channel right here, so are they going to gap out of this, or are they just going to roll back over and fall down here? Now, right now, I think the market's up about $1 or $2, nothing much. But if they open it up tomorrow and gap it below, like this line right here, you can expect it to fall and put in a new low. I mean, that's really what I'm thinking, is that I don't necessarily know that it's going to gap below that, but I think if they open it up and they don't gap it up high over this line and to where it's a real gap up, it could fall right back down this channel, and as this goes down, it could fall down, and we could have a nice little sell-off on Monday. I do believe that we could do that. If that's the case and this rolled all the way down, you would want this to put in a higher low than this negative 30, and that would create the positive divergence. So you'd expect the market to actually go down here and put in a lower low. It may not happen all on Monday. It might be on Tuesday too. Okay, make a couple of days to do it. But if it did that and put in a higher low right here, if it does that, then you could say wave 5 is complete. We're ready for wave 2 up to go in this 1260 to 1300 resistance zone. But you have to look at this and think, how many people put shorts, or put their stops right above this level right here, and right above this level, and they got taken out here on that day, and they got taken out again. And this other move all the way through here, there's just not much stop, or not much people that's got shorts anywhere. There's no consolidation of any amount that is significant where you've got people placing their stops for their shorts. So that means really there's nobody to squeeze. The only people you squeezed out, the shorts you squeezed out, was right here, that put their stops above it. You had all week long of wild swings. So anybody that would put stops, they would put it right around in this area. You took them out on Friday, and you took them out on Thursday and Friday. There's nobody left until you get way up here to 1260, and you only got 1 day of it. There's not many there, okay? And then you'd have to go all the way up here to maybe get some consolidation in here. Maybe there might be some in here. So that whole area is a resistance area, 1260 to 1300. I do not see that happening yet because there's not enough strength in the market. We need to drop again. That's just everything that I see, and it tells me we need to drop again. And I'm thinking on Monday and Tuesday. This whole move, down and then up sideways like this can still be considered a bear flag. And you could see easily that on a 30-minute chart we are overbought. And it could go down here, dip down, and then curl back up off of a nice move down if that happens on Monday. But you would probably expect it to follow along with the 60-minute chart. So the question is, if this drops and puts in a lower low than this on the 30, then it is probably going down here and putting in a lower low here than the 1101. If not, if it kind of curls back up, puts in a lower tower here, then you could create negative divergence here, and then maybe it'll roll over on Tuesday. Not much to say on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart can continue down or continue on up. Either way, it works either way. The SPY here, again, kind of the same thing. You can see the wild swings right here. You can see the volume here. It was still significant, but they are running out of up volume. I mean, they put a lot in on this one to get the market to move up that much. Notice how much they did on the selling candle versus the buying candle. Selling candle was huge. Buying candle wasn't. They expended a lot on the buying right here as they bought up. And and then they didn't expend that much. They didn't use that much there. And so I expect even less on Monday. Less volume, unless, of course, it rolls back over and goes to the downside. The other thing here is the VIX. If you look at the VIX right here, and as you can see right here on the VIX, right here, draw your line right there, draw your line right here, and what do you got? I see a triangle. Okay, that is a flag. So you've got an up move from here, and there you go. You have a triangle there, whatever. You see what I'm saying? This is the bull flag. The market's found support right here, or the VIX, I should say, has found support right here. And this tells me we might go one more day in this range, but at some point it's going to break out, and then it can fall back down. So you would kind of expect this right here to put in some type of bar that maybe is like this, and then start to work its way down as the market finally, gives it a negative divergence as it pops up right here on the market, and then down here you would see it finally start to roll over and go negative slowly, and then it would recycle back up at some point. But you want that. This would indicate the fifth wave down would be this move right here, and it would be right here, and then it would drop back down, in the following, and maybe it break that, find some support somewhere, maybe from drawing a line. Let's see, draw you some line like that. Maybe it'll find some support there, and bounce off of that, and then go back for wave 3. But it would have to come down for a while, as you can see. And then you go over here to and that is on the dailies. Look at the 60-minute. You got exactly the same thing here on the 60-minute. You have, draw a line right there. What do you got? You've got another triangle on the 60-minute, and look where it's at right here. This thing is ready to curl back up, and you would expect this here on these MACDs to curl up like this and curl over the course of time, and then this would create a negative divergence on the VIX. This should go up here until it goes positive a little, and then maybe roll back over. But this should break out, and then then fall back down again and find support somewhere along. That's not a very good line, sorry, but you get the idea right there. So you find some support right in through there. That's what I see happening on Monday and Tuesday, and so the VIX is telling that story. Gold is another story that is being told as well, that the gold wants to go higher too. And let's see here, I want to look at the dollar here as well, and the dollar's been consolidating here on the daily, and you could probably draw some type of line here as well. I don't know how good a line this is going to be, but you can kind of see what we're doing here with the daily. On this, it is looking like it wants to. It's kind of in some kind of triangle here. So I don't know which way it's going to break. If it's going to break up or down. Here it could go either way. It's really not giving me much clues here on this one right here on the daily. So let's go look at the weekly, and the weekly here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Where you at, dude? Where you at? Okay, let's look at the weekly here on the dollar. Oops, that's the VIX again, and you can kind of see the same scenario there. Same thing there on the VIX. Let's go back one more, I think, and we see the dollar weekly. Now look at the dollar weekly. Tell me that is not looking like it's ready to break out right here. That to me, you look at this line, you draw this line right here. This thing is coming to a head here, and it looks to me like it's either going to break down hard, or at least bust up. And so I really don't know which way it's going to go at this point. Now ultimately the dollar is going to fail. We know that, but who's to say this doesn't break out for one more move and then fail, which would cause our fifth wave down, and then maybe it falls back down here and consolidates and goes back down here and finds this trend line. We do know once Lindsay Williams said that once it breaks this lower support right in here around this 72 level, as you can see, it goes all the way back over to here, and you draw your line all the way over here, blah blah blah. Once it breaks that line, that is just going to absolutely fall apart. And so I think that again is going to be time to run our Legatus pilgrimage for our wave 3 of wave 3 of wave 3 of blah 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 of so looks like everything is looking like it's going to to do that. If we clearly, well, let's see, let me turn that off a second. Okay, let's see here, let's pull this down a little bit. Okay, as you can see on the monthly, if I can get all this in the screen, I'll tell you what, I will go full screen with it. Maybe that will help. And no, that kind of took it off the screen, didn't it? Okay, well, anyway, I think you can clearly see we're moving down right here. We're getting ready. This is just now gaining strength on the monthly, and we went down here and tagged the 200 period moving average perfectly, and then we came right back up to the 50 period, and that's where we're resting at right now. I think for the end of the month we're headed right back down to that 200 and possibly even bust it. You can see it's looking to roll over. We're going to get the def cross there. That means September. And September can maybe be a slightly positive month, or maybe just a sideways month or something. I don't know. It might be looking more like it's going to be a down month, but I think October ultimately is going to be the largest down month of all. It's just going to be absolutely unheard of. So we're just going to fall off a cliff right here on the monthly. And so anyway, how it works out here on the weekly, obviously that we should go on down here and hit this 1,000 level right here at some point, and then we're going to bust that probably October the 23rd. We'll probably bust that and head on down here and probably head towards the 666 low. That's coming. It's coming, folks. We've got no positive divergence on it. It's just now getting ready to hit zero. This thing is, after this bounce is over with, it's going to fall apart. But again, I just think it's going to be short term, up and then back down for a wave 5. I don't know how low, probably about 1077, and then then after that back up for a wave 2. So that is that. Now the other thing I wanted to show you here, I did want to go over Ben Fulford's latest post, and that is, Ben is saying that he's saying that it is a sign when Standard & Poor's downgrades the U.S. debt, it is a public admission of defeat, and that the cabal, that is the evil gangsters, the reptilian shapeshifters, that's George Daddy Bush and Henry Kissinger and Bill Clinton, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Queen Elizabeth, I go over this all the time, Tony Blair, probably Ben Bernanke, the puppet though, and Jay Rockefeller, the whole Rockefeller family, gangsters, thugs, murderers, rapists, Satanists, they're all Satanists, they're all, they eat people. I mean, they're just sick people, folks. You just don't know how sick they are. Anyway, they are, their time is coming to an end, and it's taken a long time to get rid of these people, but they're going to have to step down. And White Dragon Society is the good guys here, and they are trying to work with these people, with these Satanists, and trying to get them to step aside and do what's right for humanity, and they're going to give them basically immunity in exchange for this, which I don't think I could do. I'd probably want to kill them all, but that's just the human part of me talking. Our mortal spirits are supposed to be uplifting and forgiving, but it's hard to forgive somebody that just kills and murders and eats children and some ritual sacrifices like they do. Think of the Indiana Jones movie and what was it, Temple of Doom or something, or I forget, where they were burning that lady, dropped her down the fire, and it was a sacrifice, and he had a heart in somebody's hand that was thumping, and you remember what I'm talking about. So anyway, it's a good read here. I've got the link here on the page for you. Good read as always. Ben is very optimistic, and I hope he's right. I will say this, on the CNN, I had seen that Obama's plan, his garbage healthcare bill is being rejected, and I can't remember. Well, somehow on CNN.com, but it is basically being rejected as I think it was the Senate that is saying it's unconstitutional. Folks, you have to understand that bill is designed to take away and strip away every right you have as a human being. They have the right to take your guns. They have the right to come in your house, and they have the right to just let you die and not pay for any bills if you're too old. Euthanasia. That's what euthanasia is, folks. It's when you're too old and they don't think that you're going to have any more benefit to them as a working slave in society, and you need a heart transplant. They're like, he's too old, we ain't going to pay for it, send him back home, and you die. And that's what it's about, euthanasia. It's keeping the young alive so they can be the slave force for these reptilian gangster thug murderers, rapists, Satanists. I mean, that's what it's about. But I'm telling you, their time is coming to an end. Stay positive, because it truly is. That's the first step that Congress and is saying no to these thugs, and that we're not going to pass this bill. That is a great sign. That is a great sign. However, there's another video here that was interesting that Robert sent me, and this video it talks about some nuclear bombs that they're going to try to set off. So we need to get this out there exposed so it won't happen. The more we expose it, the less likely they'll do it. As we get it exposed, and I do believe that's what Lindsey Williams is doing a great job of doing. The more exposure he gets to them, the less likely they're going to be able to do it. Anyway, it talks about 5 nuclear bombs that they would like to set off, and it's just an audio. It's just a so you don't really see anything here in the video. You know, it's a radio interview or something like that. So anyway, I put it here on the site for you to watch, and it's not loading now, but so anyway, there it is. We hit pause, but that's all you see, the whole thing. I just put up part 3 of 3 because that's pretty much the most important one, when it talks about the cities that they want to hit and try to kill us, and to try to start World War III. And understand that if this happens, folks, we will see our fake print of 349.72 fake print on the VIX if they set off a nuclear bomb anywhere in the country. That's what we'll see. And yes, we will see the 34.65 fake print on the SPY. I mean, that's what they're planning on doing. And then they can go to war. They'll they'll blame this on some third world country, and then oil will go to $200 a barrel. So you can click here on my. Somebody asked me about my fake prints. But you can go to my Flickr account right here. You can click on photos right down here at the bottom, and you can just click on. Let me scroll that down to get that off of there. I don't know why that overlaps like that, but anyway, the Flickr, the photos, they're all the fake prints, at least the major ones that I've got out there. They are listed here whenever they show up. Come on, a little slow here today. And you can click on them, on any of them, and you can see the various fake prints that I put up. Here's silver. You can see the VIX one right here, 349.42. Is that right? And you can move over here. Here's the 885 print on the SPX. And let's see, what's this one here? 1310. That is for well, who is that one of? 1310 on Goldman Sachs. Yes, sirree. They will sacrifice Goldman Sachs. That is your final downside target. So understand, right now the Illuminati still have control of the stock market, and so, you know, if they get those nukes set off, you can expect this to happen. I hope and pray that they don't. I hope and pray that they do not, that they fail miserably. And let's see, there it is. It's 1372. You can click on any of these, by the way. Double click on them, they'll pop up, or just single click on them, they'll pop up like this. Again, this is on my toolbar. It's been here for a while. And I think you can actually right click and go to full screen. And froze up my computer. Nope, there it is. Okay, so go to full screen, and right there it is, 349. I know it's hard to see, but it's there. And then just click on it and it'll go back, and you can look through all these prints. Here's one, the very lowest print I got of SPY, showing 2016, if it'll ever stay there, 2016. But that one I don't think is going to stay. I don't think we're going down there. I think it's the 3465. That's the one they've been showing the most. So then your silver fake print of what was silver at $84.30. So we know silver is going to go up to at least that level. These are old prints now. So anyway, exit full screen. And I think that you can also right click here and no, okay, you can't do nothing there. So we close it out there. And then I think I can go down here and right click here and view source. No. How about like this? How about if I go like this and click on this right here to detach it? Yes. Okay, so when you detach it completely, now it's detached, and then, well, whatever. Anyway, it is, I'll put the link right here for you folks. Sorry about that. It is, boom, boom, boom. It's Flickr. Let's see, flickr.com/Red Dragon, I believe. Where the heck it is. If it's Flickr, is spelt F-L-I-C-K and then just an R. So, trying to find it here. There it is. Okay. There we go, folks. There we go. So there it is. Flickr, FLICKR.com/photos Red Dragon. I don't think you can gotta put the photos. I think you just put the Red Dragon, it'll take you right to it. Then you can see a better one if you don't want to click on the link below. But clearly, the Illuminati's got something planned, folks. You know, they have got nuclear bombs here, and they plan on taking her down and blowing up part of the world if they can get away with it. But we hope that the good guys win, and this does not come to happen. And because it's a horrible thing, I don't want to see people die just for the stock market to crash. Stock market's going to crash anyway. There ain't no money. It's going to crash anyway. There's nothing they can do about it. I mean, that's just the simple math. I mean, you're not going to be able to stop this fall from happening because it's just it's in too bad a shape, folks. I mean, we know that. So again, you know, every day I'm over here at stockmarketbloggers.com and this site. I'm in the chat room there. So you can go over there if you ever want to chat with me. It gets full though. It only gets 10 people in it. Eventually I'm going to do a new chat room. I just ain't had time for with it right now. So I think that's about all I've got to say. I can't think of anything else other than Monday. I am just, you know, again, I still think we're going to just pop a little bit and then roll over. That thing's so annoying. Stupid thing, thinkorswim. So I don't know how high we're going to go on Monday. I don't think it's going to be too high. I did look at the SPY here, and if I open this up here for you, hopefully you can see all this. I drew a trend line right here, and look at where we went to. Voila! Isn't that amazing? So we hit that trend line, or pretty close to it. So if we don't gap above 1190, if we gap above 1190, then they're going to try to run it. And if not, then I think that they're going to fall right back down. That trend line right there, we're still in it, and then we'd have a wave 5 down. I still think that's going to happen. And if I go to 1 year again, where I have not zoomed in, see where this trend line's coming from. See this trend line right here? That to me tells me they can't get past that 1240. You see where that trend line goes back to? Let's click on it. Where's it go? Or just hover over it. Okay. Alright. Now let's hover over it. Where's it go? Trend line starts at 442 in 1994. Do you really think they're going to get back above that? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's 1240. I don't see any way they can get up to 1260 to 1300 as some people think. This trend line goes back a long, long way. So you look here at the 5-year. Well, I guess we're going to have to look at the 10-year. I'm sorry. 20-year. Let's look at the 20-year. Look at the 20-year. And what do you see? You see that trend line I draw? It starts right here. Wow. Look at that. I have to look at this on a bigger picture, folks. That's why I look at this on my own charts here and see this bigger picture. And so that tells me that one is very, very important. And then, of course, this one here is important. But I could move this as well. We could start here, go tip to tip to tip, as opposed to touching the closing price to the closing price. It's different ways of doing it, but that tells you right there it's an important area right there as well. So, and of course, that'll be an important area too when we fall down here, because that one starts in 1982. Again, here's your prettier view of the weekly chart. Now, you tell me, with that thing pointing straight down like that on the 50, can y'all see that? I mean, let's see here. I think I was getting that off the screen for you. Sorry. Okay. When this thing is pointing straight down here and getting ready to cross the 50, do you really think that it's going to have a lot of momentum to go back up very far? I don't think so. Of course, that's the monthly chart. And let's look at it on a weekly basis. And of course, on a weekly basis, look at it here. Weekly basis, folks, this is below 30. This is in bear territory. I just don't see how they're going to close next week out positive. I know it's supposed to because it's OPEX and all that, but I swear I just don't see it. So I don't know, maybe wrong, but anyway, I've made this tape go really long. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there and go from there. So I still think it's to short the rips and stay the hell out of the dips. That's my advice. Don't buy them. In other words, don't dare think that you can just go buy these dips and you're gonna ride it up like you used to. Is my point being, it's just not there anymore. There's no money to support this market. So, okay, that's it, gang. We'll see everyone on the blog, and I'll try to do an update midways through the week. It just depends on what's going on as to when I need to do an update. So I will see you all on the blog. Good luck as usual, and may the force, here we go, let's say it right, okay, may the force be with the light workers. That's people like you and me who are out there spreading the word about the good stuff that humanity is doing and the bad stuff that the bad guys are doing. We're ratting on them. We are exposing them. We are telling the truth to people, that anybody will listen, that the empire is evil and they need to go down. Darth Vader, or I should say Darth Bush, Lord Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, or Count Kissinger, all are going to go down. Your time is over with, you bunch of thugs. Your time is nearing the end. Good luck, everyone. Over and out. Red Dragon Leo.